All right, fantastic. So thank you everybody who's a dedicated and loyal community member for the Taboo project. Thank you for being here. And for anybody that is new, welcome to the Taboo family. You know, we as the core team at Taboo, the number one thing that we care about the most is our community. When our community unifies, holds, stays strong, and has the right atmosphere, it's the atmosphere that allows new members to feel that like they are a part of something significant, something special, and to be a part of a movement. And this is what's happening here at Taboo, is we are creating a movement today. But the number one thing that's going to drive this project forward, despite all of the efforts of the core team, the project, all of the uniqueness behind what we're doing, it's the community. So we value our community so much. Your opinions, your feedback, your suggestions, any questions you have, it means the world to us. So do not hesitate to ask any questions. Now, to give you all a bit of a background in case anybody doesn't know, myself, I'll try to keep it short and sweet. So, before I went into the world of crypto, I was a pre-medical student. I got accepted into a medical program, declined it. Reason being is I wanted to actually build a life where I could generate passive income and not have to trade my time for money. So what happened shortly after is I decided I wanted to start a business. And I moved into the world of business as an entrepreneur, and I've spearheaded a wealth management business for over 5 years. I have a lot of public professional speaking experience. And shortly after, I moved into the world of crypto. And, I've had extensive experience in building, growing, and managing crypto projects to hundreds of millions of market cap as well. And I bring that plethora of experience onto this project as well. So, one thing that I want to mention about Taboo is we are an extremely young project. We launched on May 22nd of this year. And since that day, we have been creating the blueprint or the foundation of our brand. This is a brand that is here to stay. We are looking to become the next Playboy of blockchain. And our vision and our mindset around what this is going to become is being equally matched from our efforts, because at the end of the day, the vision that we have is we want to become $1 billion+ market cap project. We're going to hit top 100 and then we're going to aim for top 10 next, right? So we from day one have had our sights set on becoming the number one adult entertainment token in the entire crypto space as well. And we're not stopping. We're only just beginning. Our marketplace hasn't even launched yet. And we are going to share some information moving forward as well around, what's happening around the marketplaces and further information around that. But what I want to mention to all of you is this. We are here early. All of you that have had the opportunity to hear and learn about Taboo, give yourselves a pat on the back right now. Because for the first time, maybe some of us have been in situations where, we have held fantastic projects or diamond projects, as I like to call them. And, we unfortunately sold off early. I've been a victim of this myself. There was a time where there was a token earlier this year that was around our market cap as well. I sold off at break even. About a month or two later, I would have had millions of dollars to my name. So, this was a very, very real story and situation that happened to me. And, I want to empathize with all of you, and I want to mention and I want to make it clear that we are early. We are a project that is here to win. We are here to stay. The length of time that we've been out already is a testament to that. The team that is behind this project is working tirelessly behind the scenes. And, we are entirely focused on your growth primarily, because like I said, the community growth is everything to us. So don't hesitate to ask questions along the way. But I want to make a point here. I want to make a point about Taboo. See, Taboo is unique. It's unique in the sense that we are creating our own niche in the adult entertainment space. What I mean by that is, while we are in adult entertainment, we are not a porn token. Porn is not our flagship product. We sell fantasy. We know that sex sells in this space. We are working in the hottest and trendiest space in crypto, which is NFTs, in a rising industry, multi-billion-dollar industry in the adult entertainment space, but in a platform that will allow it to be decentralized. You have a team that's in place that is dedicated to carry this vision through. And remember, ideas are always 1%. 99% is execution. In my experience, I have seen so many crypto projects with billion-dollar ideas. Guess what? They never, ever carry those visions through because the team didn't deliver. But since day one, we've been delivering. We have never overpromised and underdelivered. We have always underpromised and overdelivered. And I'm going to make it very clear moving forward around some other areas around how we need to manage our expectations. We have grown tremendously in the last week. We are on the map. The entire world is watching us. We have trended next to Bitcoin and Dogecoin and some of the largest cryptos in history, right? So we are on the world map, right? The pressure is on, the responsibilities are there for us to make sure that we, as the core team, helps your investment grow, because we thank you for placing your trust in us. And together, we're going to create a legacy around Taboo. And my goal primarily is to make sure that Taboo is being showcased around the world, and anyone and everyone that hears about Taboo knows who we are and knows what we're all about. The biggest thing that we're trying to accomplish with our marketplace, we always say this. We always say simplicity is everything. This marketplace that we're going to be releasing, and we're scheduling this for November 1st. So, and this is our target around here, end of the month, November 1st. If anything changes, we will let you know. We have focused on simplicity. The user interface is extremely elegant. It's a classy marketplace, but we've made it so simple for non-crypto-centric investors to invest into Taboo. See, if you know someone that wants to buy a cryptocurrency, it is a very difficult task in getting educated and understanding how to build a wallet, create a wallet, how to buy the crypto, and how to use the utility of the token to be able to spend on, let's say, a marketplace environment like ours. Fortunately for us, because we set the standards so high, we decided not to rush the marketplace. We haven't rushed it. This could have been released, and I will be totally transparent, this could have been released a month ago or 2 months ago, right? We could have went with a development team at a fraction of the cost, but we believe in doing it right the first time, and we want to have as perfect of a launch as possible because we're here to make history. And one way we're going to be doing that is by doing what no other adult entertainment coin or marketplace has ever done. Having $1 million worth of NFT content right on launch. We are going to be blasted across so many media outlets and chains. It is unbelievable, because our belief is that when it comes to marketing spend, we want to maximize on the effects of our marketing spend. So while we have consistent background marketing that's going on, our large-scale marketing efforts, they're going to be starting upon launch and thereafter, because it's much easier to market an existing working product. See, I just, you can hear the passion in my voice. You can hear the excitement in my voice. I am operating on pure adrenaline in the last week. I barely sleep. I am working around the clock to make sure your dreams are delivered. So this is just the beginning of our journey together. And I am not here to overhype. I am not here to oversell, right? The charts speak for themselves. The attention that the world and the investors that we have sees in the potential of this project, it speaks for itself. The unique industry and space that we're in speaks to it for itself. Our white paper and the unique tiering system that we have speaks for itself. Everything speaks for itself. Our job is just to guide and facilitate this amazing idea and to turn everything that we have in our white paper into a reality. Okay, so, on behalf of the Taboo team, and, I'm almost tearing up just at how quickly we're growing because, here's one thing I want to share. People believe in you up when you're in the beginning stages of trying to build a legacy. Think about Steve Jobs and people who were, these big time names that were working in massive projects we now are aware of, right? Nobody believed in them at the start, right? Because when you share a vision that's bigger than a person's comprehension, what happens is this: they get uncomfortable because they don't relate to it. Now, what you need to remember is what we're trying to build is extremely ambitious, but we're going to get there, right? And I'm so grateful and honored to be a representative of Taboo and to help make a difference in all of your lives. Because the reality is this: we are all here for the same reason. We all want to become financially free and independent. Time freedom comes from money freedom. So we're all here for the same goal, right? We are here for the same goal, and I can't wait to make a difference in all of your lives as well. So, moving forward, I'm getting a lot of DMs right now. Oh my gosh. I want to share one piece of news to everybody. Our version 1 marketplace that is being launched is a minimally viable product launch. While it is a working functional product, we are aware that we are going to be improving and modifying and strengthening how the platform works on a daily basis. Okay, so do not have an expectation that we will pump 100 times overnight. I don't know, maybe we do. It's not impossible, but I want everybody to believe first that this is a long-term investment. Have that in your mind. But regardless, the market is going to dictate the demand for us anyway, and it looks like the market is really demanding Taboo. But I want to make sure that our community understands we are a long-term project and play. And that is a very, very important point. Now, this first marketplace launch, version 1, what I want to share is this. We were going to have the tiering system, and you can read this in the white paper. It was going to be included in our next phase, our next versions. We have been able to, by us being so lucky to have the best development team that money can buy, the team that actually built Engine Coin's marketplace, by the way, called PowerSoft, we are now able to add an additional feature to V1 where the tiering system is going to be embedded and in place. So this is an additional feature that's going to be added to the marketplace as well, in addition to the $1 million plus of NFT content. So, another big piece of news is, we did get, approved and for a major exchange listing. It's our biggest one yet. It's our first of many major exchanges that we have our sights and eyes on as well. So earlier today, I have been focused on, the listing procedures and what they're asking for, because it does take a bit of time in the discussions and in getting all the required information from all of them, from what they need for what they need from us. So, we will provide more tangible updates when we're able to, around the exchange name, official exchange listing announcements, all of that. That is all going to come, but expect a major exchange to come our way, a major CEX as well. So, other than that, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. There is no such thing as a stupid question. There's this cliche saying, there's only stupid answers, no such thing as a stupid question. And if you ask that question that's on your mind, chances are other community members might be thinking about that question, and you're going to help me be able to help more of you. So with that being said, I'm going to open up the floor to some questions here. Feel free to ask.
Hi, Majid.
Hello, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Very well, thank you. I was wondering if you're able to give me some insight on how many of the NFTs are left and whether or not they'll be listed on your NFT marketplace. Thank you.
Yeah, very good question. Yes. So, I haven't personally, I haven't even had the chance to check how many have been sold, have been sold in terms of pre-order amounts here. So, what we'll do is, I'll speak to the rest of the core team, and when I get a chance, I will take a look at how many have been sold, how many are left over, and we can make an announcement to the community as soon as we can. But just remember one thing with the Taboo punks as well. This was like a bit of a side project that we wanted to do, as a way to just to let our community know that we appreciate their loyalty. So, but because many of you weren't here at the start. You know, we were in survival mode. We didn't know some days if we were gonna live or die. You know, we went through a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and we just really, really felt that we want our community to know how grateful we are for them. So we designed the idea of the Taboo punks so that individuals can have the opportunity to own a potentially increasing asset value, which is the Taboo Punk NFT, and B, get to bypass the tiering system requirements of the marketplace in terms of the content. So you can all check the white paper, and you're aware that a premium tier 4 holder needs 10,000 US dollars of Taboo. But the content we are going to allow for holders, if they own a Taboo punk and they show that they actually are a Taboo holder, that's why we ask for their Taboo wallets, it will give them a chance to be able to bypass those tiering requirements. But I will say this, it wouldn't be fair to have this tiering structure in place if we're going to give all of the premium benefits to all holders for it. So it's going to be content based. But a lot of the other premium benefits, there's still exclusivity for being in a higher tier. But I will also add that, when the marketplace goes live, there's going to be, a lot of amazing community events that we're going to be doing together, contests. James and I have even talked about, doing vacation contest trips, and even giving people that maybe aren't able to get into the tier 4 for some of the, big VIP exclusive events and all of that. We're going to make sure that there's going to be opportunities for everybody to get a chance to be involved with all of this. So at the moment right now, our number one focus is to have a smooth project launch. In term marketplace launch, because not only are we on the map right now around the world, but we want to really launch this marketplace and make a noise, if that makes sense, right? So I hope that answers your question. I'll answer. We'll provide more information on that the moment I can get a chance to look at that information. And we expect that they'll be released, hopefully on the marketplace launch or shortly after. It's just not our number one priority at the moment. I hope you understand, but there is a lot of benefits to owning them, as I just mentioned. So very good question.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Majid, at what market cap do you envisage removing the transaction tax?
Right. So, that is in our plans, right? We are looking into wanting to remove the transaction tax, and it will happen at some point. But right now, it is that transaction tax is really protecting us, to be honest, or at least in the earlier stages of our growth.
I agree. It's great, but I think at some point it might be beneficial to not have that to get real growth.
Yes. That is our plans. It's just a matter of timing. See, in the crypto space, timing is everything, right? I've said this before. There's immediate priorities, there's short-term, mid-term, and long-term priorities. But because the crypto space moves so rapidly, as you can see, we've moved so rapidly in the last week, right? Careful and focused intention on the timing behind our strategies is the most crucially important part of running this project. I have seen projects literally, this will never happen to us, but I'm making an example, literally die below their knees because they just didn't understand the importance of timing. So timing is everything, and we want to make sure that when we do it, it's at the right time. Does that make sense? But it will happen.
Yep.
To answer your question.
That's great. Thank you. Thanks.
No problem. No problem. Any other questions at the moment? I energize me so I can be an even better speaker for all of you, and I can help make sure all of you are even more comfortable and happy on with your investment of owning and holding Taboo. So don't hesitate to ask a question. This literally makes me thrive, and it's just going to make me work even harder for all of you. So ask away, please, everybody.
Hi, I saw in the white paper in the tier system that you are referring to an amount in dollar and not in coins.
Yes, exactly. Because what, we spent a lot of time thinking about this. And again, before I even answer this, I just want to make one thing clear. When we look at aspects of our project, like the roadmap, for example, and our guidelines for when we will hit certain targets and certain milestones around, let's say, our merch store, or this other cool, innovative idea that we have, those are guidelines. And we as a core team, understand that as our project keeps growing, we need to give ourselves the opportunity to make adjustments and make alterations where we see fit. An example of this is our version 1 marketplace. When we went through the demos and we went through extensive amounts of time was spent actually on the demos, James and I was looking at it and said, even though the marketplace looks ready, because we're perfectionists and we saw that there are other ways to make it look better, we told our development team to make some additional changes and improvements on it. So with that being said, when it comes to the tiering system, at the moment, this is how it's structured. But that doesn't mean it's a finalized, structure that's going to be there forever, as if it's locked in. So why we use the dollaring method is because, unfortunately, what will happen is when our market cap keeps growing, if we use the token amount, the problem is that the token value keeps getting more expensive. So if I say 10 million Taboo a week ago, that is a lot less US dollar value than it is now. And we don't want to eliminate the opportunity for holders to become a top tier holder. So that's why we did the dollar value amount. Does that make sense? Because we feel that that is the value in the terms of US dollars that makes sense for those benefits of being those top tier holders. And it can change at any time. I mean, this is just what we have at the moment. And for now, we are sticking to it. So.
Okay, makes sense. Thanks.
No problem. Any other questions?
Hi, Yanis here. One question. Did I understand you correctly that you intend to launch the marketplace on November the 1st?
Yeah, this is the intention. Now, here's this, where timeline is very, very tight as well. I mean, like I said, I'll tell you, I will always keep it real with our community from day one. We have always been fully transparent in our communications. This is actually why we don't have FUD in our community at all, because everybody is up to date and informed. This is the intention right now, is November 1st. If anything changes, we will let you know. I believe that we're going to make it happen. But the number one barrier on why that might not, but again, I'm about 90% sure at the moment it will be at November 1st. Worst case, it might be a few days after. I can be certain of that now. Whereas a week ago, I was not fully certain on the estimated timeline. Getting $1 million of NFT content takes a very long time. So
I was just the question. I was just wondering, because the November the 1st is in many countries so-called Day of the Dead, or the national holiday where you spend the day with your families, and I don't think, for instance, in my country at least, it just doesn't fit in the launch of that important marketplace on a date like that. That was my only.
Right. No, this is a very good point. I'm going to actually review with our core team about that. The reason why I said November 1st is just because I was thinking start of the month, end of October. It just made sense at the time. But you know what? That's a very good point. I'm going to review that with our core team, and you know, I'm going to make an official announcement about it as soon as I can around the timeline and the expected or anticipated launch date. Thank you, Janice. That's a very, very good point. Very,
Okay,
very good.
thank you. Bye.
No problem.
Hey, Majid, it's Johan. I just not really a question. Just wanted to say first off, my first time being a part of these AMAs that you're hosting, but no, just thank you that you're taking your time and you're being, you know, precautious, and you want to do it right the first time, and that's something that at least myself I find very important, and you want someone who's in charge of a project to want to do. So yeah, just thank you, and we look forward to taking this to the top.
Yes. No, I really appreciate that. You know, I mean, as much as, you know, I don't need to hear necessarily validation, but it warms my heart to know that the community is appreciative of what we're doing as well. But you know, I will say this, you know, when we first started, you know, we looked around at the market and the competition, and we saw that they were in such a rush to launch a product, and I felt that was a scarcity and fear-based mindset, because they felt if they didn't launch it quickly, they won't get market share, right? We looked at it like, okay, go ahead and launch your product. We're gonna look at everything you're doing wrong because you rushed it, and we're gonna do it better. So sometimes you almost want them to do those things because you learn from the mistakes of your competition. But I will say we don't even have competition anyway, since nobody's becoming the Playboy of crypto. But you get my point, right? You know, we didn't want to release a lackluster, rushed product. You know, we look at other projects like Cardano. God, 6 years they didn't have a working product. So, you know, God forbid that we take an extra 2 weeks to get it right. You know what I mean? But I trust that our community, you know, is trusting of why we make the executive decisions that we do as well. So thank you for that comment. It means a lot. Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions?
Yeah, I guess I have one more. Regarding like the social medias, like let's say the Instagram page, do you guys plan on having like a more active and engaging presence on like platform like Instagram or for example?
Yes. See, you know, from, you know, what we were primarily focused on at the beginning was having a clean, crisp social media presence. And, you know, the conundrum of being in the adult entertainment space is that there are a lot of judgments for being in the adult entertainment space. I'll give you an example. Like, some YouTubers refuse to work with an adult entertainment token. We look at it like, hey, it's your loss, not ours, right? But you know, we wanted to make sure that we built a platform and a business where the brand can be marketable. So if you look at our Instagram, yes, we have 600 holder. I think there's almost 600 followers now. We were like half of that a few weeks ago, right? But you look at how clean and crisp it is in terms of presentation. At the beginning stages of our business, that was more important at the time, for when, you know, new and prospective investors or partners want to look at us. You know, we wanted to make sure they could see that we're not like the other adult entertainment coins, that we're actually classy and elegant, and we are a premium business, right? So you know, we are looking at, there's a big marketing firm that we're thinking of bringing in for additional support, and you know some ways in which we're going to improve on the advertising side and the exposure and brand awareness side is things like, you know, Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, you know, even going onto dating sites, you know, even going and marketing on even porn websites as well. You know, and this is the beautiful thing. We've grown this much already, and we have done marketing efforts all along the way, but there's so many other channels where we can increase exposure and awareness, as well as improve in engagement. So that is all coming, my friend. So you know we have a dedicated, you know, social media team that is constantly strategizing on how we can improve engagement within all of our social media channels. So yeah, I hope that answers your question.
It does. Thank you.
Great. So, and I think we have a record turnout on this AMA, so I'm quite thrilled about that. So, we're breaking records left, right, and center. We haven't even had a chance to announce our 11,000 holders. We've just blown past it even on this call. So congratulations to everybody. We have just hit 11,000 holders. So
Let's go.
Yes. Any other questions, everybody? Don't be shy.
Okay, can I ask one more question? Janis here.
Yes, of course.
My question is, did you maybe prior to this, to start of this project of yours, Taboo project, did you make an analysis of what other crypto adult projects are doing, and what should you or how should you do it better? We don't need to talk about names of the other projects, but just why do you think that you will be more successful or better? Thank you.
Yeah, this is an amazing question, and I'm gonna structure it in a multi-layered fashion. So I'm gonna have to share a bit about my background first, so that people understand where I'm going with this. So, when I moved into the crypto space, I became an active investor just like all of you. I remember one night I had 150 tabs open because I wanted to learn everything I could about cryptocurrencies and upcoming plays and trading and RSI charts and just all of that, right? Listening to YouTubers. And so I had a vested interest myself to be a part of the growing cryptocurrency market, because I do believe that digital currency is not only here to stay. I personally believe it's going to replace gold as the safe haven currency and work alongside fiat. So I did that, and I started finding amazing projects. Let's say you found a project like Taboo, okay, or similar to Taboo, and you're excited about investing some of your hard-earned money into it. And then you invest the money. And then a week later, you find out that the dev team has no clue on how to develop the project, doesn't understand community management, is not active in the chats. Their social media presence is, part of my language, shit, right? They're not transparent, they're shady, and you're just super uncomfortable about the investment. And so what ended up happening is I realized 99% of projects are like this. Almost every one of my investments that I own, I can tell you with actually every single one, they're not running the project like we are at Taboo. And I'll explain why in a moment. So what happened for me is I started consulting for core teams just as a matter of self-preservation. I just wanted to protect my own capital because I would be down and I didn't want to sell at a loss. You don't want to buy high and sell low. It turned out these core team members liked my ideas. They started bringing me in more closely as a I would say team member in a lot of in those cases, because I did consult for many different crypto projects, and I helped grow and spearhead and build them all. So, I want to make an example here. Okay, this is an example I used in the last AMA. I love it. So if we have 2 pilots today, okay, and one of them is 70 years old, okay, and he's been a pilot his entire life, but then you have somebody who's 30 years old, like myself, okay? Who do you think is more experienced and qualified? See, it's human nature to assume it's the 70-year-old. But what if you find out that 70-year-old individual only was a pilot part-time for 40 years, but the person that is 30 years old has done it for 10 years, overtime, 20 hours a day, and he has more working hours in than the pilot? Who is now more experienced? We're gonna go with the latter, the 30-year-old. So what happened for me is I got so immersed in the operations of a crypto project, I gained experience in marketing, in PR, in tech development, in community management, in community engagement events, in operations, in people management. In every single aspect of a crypto project I have experience in. So one thing that sets Taboo apart is the team right now and the individuals like myself that are on the call, right? That's number one. Because as I said before, 99% of crypto projects do not know how to develop a crypto project. How many projects do you see today that have their CEO, and CMO in the chat as active as a moderator? Never. It's unheard of. How many projects do you see run consistent AMAs like this? I would be happy to run an AMA every single day. If we're growing by 2,000-3,000 holders a day, I will do it, because I'm not above anybody. And I always believe in the fact that you never forget the basics, especially when you're running a business. So first and foremost, the difference maker, you need to remember, it's the team. Number one, it's the people that are operating this. That's what's helping carry this vision forward. And I don't say that lightly. Now, the second thing is, when it comes to the adult entertainment space, my background on this is as I was building out and building this experience across all these crypto projects, the number one thing that I always wanted to do is I wanted to build an adult entertainment token. And for over a year, it was in the back of my mind, right? So yes, I analyzed what the other crypto projects are doing, both industry specific, what they're doing in the adult space, but as I told you, analyzing how they operate their business. And one thing that we do here is we literally run this like a real business. We have crypto-centric minded individuals on the team, and we have extremely successful business-minded individuals on the team as well. So that is really some of the differences there. Now when it comes to our business model, I have spent, a long time perfecting the roadmap of the project. So when we came up with the tiering system, Playboy of blockchain, the marketplace and all of the features that we're going to have, like VR, streaming services, tipping creators, staking onto individual profiles, cross-chain. For example, cross-chain is not being done anywhere. And with the amount of networks we're going to bring in as well, I don't think I've seen a single project that does VR. The tiering system alone is unique, right? So yes, we have studied the space, and we believe that what we have here is special. That's all I have to say on that. So hope that answers your question.
Thank you, mate, and good luck.
Thank you. Any other questions at the moment?
Only one more question. When I looked at the model intake form on your website, I noticed that you're asking for personal data like a name, email address, and phone number. And I was just wondering about the privacy and security measures to protect that data.
Okay, so okay, that's a great question. Just give me one moment here. I just have to answer. This is an extremely emergency, just quick message I need to send to my business partner as well. So okay, good. So you said in terms of protecting the data of the individuals. So okay. So first and foremost, when it comes to the intake form, what?
Majid, let me handle this. I'm the one that handles this aspect. Okay, so the intake form that you see on there, that personal information is specifically because we are trying to verify that you are who you say you are without having to actually run KYC. If you don't like it, don't put in the information. As far as protection, we're not asking for any identifying information other than email and name. However, for the sake of that information not being hacked or anything like that, it's stored on a cloud with 250-bit encrypt that's next to unhackable, that's maintained by Google. Nobody has access to that form except myself, Majid, and James, and it is password locked. And I'm Majid and I are the only ones that control access to that document. But if somebody is worried about putting their personal information up there, then they're not somebody that we are likely to look at, because we need to make sure they're real. We have had people message us with other models' pictures and try to sell us pictures and try to catfish us. So this is a real concern, and it's the reason we ask for that information.
Yes. Thank you, OG. So OG handles our legal side, and he has, you know, a quite extensive tech background as well. You know, one other thing I'll add is, you know, we are a project that is focused on exclusivity and scarcity, which means, you know, we're not allowing any content creator to come onto our platform and diminish the quality of the content we have on there. So we have a filtering system in which we are going to navigate who we believe meets our standards, the same way that Playboy has a minimum standard, right? So we are required to get their KYCs and to get to know who they are, because, you know, otherwise, you know, how do we know they are who they say they are, right? So you know, but one thing you need to be certain on is, you know, with the development team that we have, one of the biggest selling points of the development team that we have, aside from them working with Engine Coin in the past, is in terms of security. You know, we're going to be probably the most secure marketplace network in the crypto space. So that information is going to be secure and safe. But just understand that you know, this is the only way that we can control the flow of content and not jeopardize the plans that we have of keeping high standards. So thank you for the question.
Yes, thank you for answering.
Great. Any other questions?
Yeah, I will ask you something, please.
Yeah, speak up a little bit louder, just so I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. So I ordered two Taboo punks, okay, from two different addresses, one from MetaMask, one from another exchange. My question is, will I receive the CryptoPunks into different addresses, or can I choose one for both, or
Yeah. Yeah, so the good news is, you know, we have your Telegram username on there. We have the wallet address of the Taboo that you're holding to verify that you own and hold Taboo. If you send it from your MetaMask, I mean, MetaMask can hold NFT collections. That's not a problem. So it'll be sent to that. But if there's ever any issues, we're going to contact those individuals anyway to make sure that if they maybe filled out the form incorrectly as well, we would, you know, contact them and ensure that they will receive their Taboo punks. So no need to worry on that front as well. So no need to worry. You know, if you filled out the form correctly, you will receive your Taboo punks.
Thank you. I hope.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Great. So I guess I'll check a look at. Yes. So Michael, we did speak to the NFTs. I will let a moderator answer that for you in the chat. So good. Okay, so Jay's asking, could you elaborate a little bit more on the plans for V2 of the marketplace and other long-term plans? Yeah, so, you know, our white paper has that information around the phase plans. You know, it's broken up into 3 phases, but I will say that you know, it's not realistically 3 phases. I mean, even after we get to the last phase, we're still going to be constantly updating the marketplace as we gain more and more widespread adoption and usage of our marketplace, because you know, so it's not going to be a final product that stays there. Example is this. I don't know if you've heard of Immutable Nfts before, but they're brand new that have just come out. You know, the moment that I learned about it, I spoke directly to the development team and I said, integrate this into our plans for V2 or V3? And they said, sounds good, no problem. So first things first is, whatever plans that you see are going to be there for V2 and V3, such as VR, tipping, creators, cross-chain integration of NFTs and transfers from various networks, staking onto individual profiles, streaming services, video services, private shows, you name it, right? In the exclusive XXX sections of our marketplace, that's all going to be there in later versions as well. But we're constantly staying up to date with the latest technology. That's the benefit of having the best development team that money can buy. And so there will always be additional plans and additions to what we're doing moving forward. So very good question, Jay. Yeah. Oh, and in terms of long-term plans, I mean, that we're going to be having, live events, meet and greets with models. We're going to have a Taboo mansion. We're thinking of doing things like, trip contests, like there's just so much more that we're going to do together. It's just, we're taking this day by day, week by week at a time. And while we plan for the future, we keep in mind what is our most immediate priorities on a day-to-day basis, such as, for example, our marketplace launch and making sure that that's smooth. So that's our number one focus right now. So very good question. DJ NR, I don't know if you can get the NFTs before the marketplace because, it's not our number one priority at the moment. This was a side project that, we wanted to help our holders feel rewarded for by getting to bypass our tiering content requirements by owning one, and getting to own an asset class that can raise in value by holding it over time. And we hope that when money can be made on owning a Taboo Punks, that some of the profits goes back into Taboo as well. I'm just making a bit of a joke there, but that would be really cool if holders did that too. So it's a win-win for everybody. So good. Any other questions in the moment? Okay, so when is the next listing? So yeah, we just got confirmation a few days ago that we've been approved to get listed on a major exchange. It's our biggest one yet, and with this exchange, of course, we're bound by NDAs. It's also respect for the exchange to follow their protocols and rules around that, and because we don't want to say something that's not concrete, we're not going to share the name until we know we're finally able to as well. And usually the right way of doing things is when the exchange makes their official announcement, then we're able to make our official announcements. So we want to make sure we're doing this right, because the last thing we want is to get delisted before we even get listed, by breaching some of their confidentiality agreements and not following their protocol. In terms of staking, there will be staking that we will have on the platform. The APY is yet to be determined. When we know more about that, we will share that the moment we know about it. So good. So any other questions at the moment? Okay, so I suppose nobody really wants to ask any questions at the moment. It means I guess we've answered everything that everybody needs to know or wants to know at the moment. So that's really, really good to hear. Great. So I think if no one else has any other questions, I'm happy to stay here as long as necessary to answer more questions. This could be a good time to conclude the AMA. Just remember, there are a lot of things to look forward to. Our marketplace is being finalized with the alterations that we requested from PowerSoft, our development team. We're getting $1 million plus worth of NFT content ready. The tiering system is going to be introduced into this version, which we weren't anticipating before. Major exchanges are on the way as well. And we really believe that we have such a powerful and unified community that we're really unstoppable at this point. So I need to make sure I get back to work. I have only realistically slept 5 to 6 hours in probably 4 days, and this is not a joke. I am operating on pure adrenaline right now, and I'm happy to do that because the stage that we're at and the potential that we have is just remarkable. So I'm going to make sure I get back to work here to continue to work for you. And I look forward to making more announcements because we do have a lot of exciting news that's coming up as well, and to speak to all of you again on our next AMA. Thank you again to our loyal and dedicated community, and thank you again for placing your trust in us with your hard-earned money and seeing our project as a viable, safe, and high growth potential project. And it is our job to make sure we deliver on our promises and to keep you all happy. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.